Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Arjuna uvacha yevam satata yukta ye bhakta swam patyupasate ye chapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Sri Bhagavan uvacha maya vesya mano ye ma nitya yukta upasate श्रद्धया परयोपेताः ते मे युक्ततमा मताः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यम् अव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम् सन्नियं केन्द्रियग्रामम् सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम् मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अथ ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततः मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि.
Difficult, he says. Difficult is those whose minds are set on the unmanifest. Difficult for those whose minds are set on, difficult for people to worship on the unmanifest. Why it is difficult to work on the unmanifest is because the mind is stuck to the manifest. To those whose mind is stuck to the manifest, they cannot go into the unmanifest. So kleshaha, that gati, idahi gatir dukkham. That path will result in lot of dukkham. Dukkham means misery. What is meant by worshipping the unmanifest? In our vocabulary, you should understand it as jnana yoga. Worshipping the unmanifest, in our vocabulary, you should understand it as jnana yoga, and that jnana yoga is difficult. That's what he's saying. Jnana yoga is extremely difficult. Nirguna, the nirguna dhyanam, contemplating on the nirguna is difficult. That's what he's saying, correct? Contemplating on the nirguna is very difficult. Difficulties are more tesham, for those avyakta sakta chetasa, whose mind are committed to, who are trying to worship the nirguna Brahman, who are trying to contemplate on the nirguna Brahman. He is saying it is difficult. So who tries to contemplate on the nirguna Brahman, the path of Jnana Yoga? So indirectly he is accepting what Jnana Yoga is. Jnana Yoga is very difficult. Jnana Yoga is extremely difficult. What is Jnana Yoga? We have seen that any number of times. Jnana Yoga, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. And that Nididhyasana part is what is called as Nirguna Dhyana. Now, that he says is very difficult. Why? Because obstacles are there. What are the obstacles? That's what we are trying to understand now. First, for whom it is difficult, he himself has said it very clearly. For whom it is difficult, for those who are attached to the body. For those who are attached to the body. And the vast majority of human beings are attached to the body. What is the common obstacle for majority? Deha abhimana. Deha abhimana, here it means the attachment to the gross physical body. To such a person, avyaktam is impossible. Very difficult. What is Deha Abhimana means? What is this Deha Abhimana? What is this attachment to the what is this attachment to the body? We have seen in the anatomy, body is the grossest. And if you are all that time thinking about the grossest, you become, what do you become? Subtlest. All the time I'm thinking about the body, sir, but I'm subtlest. Subtlest Jnana Yoga I will do, but all the time I'm worried about the body. He can go on believing. He can go on believing. He is saying it doesn't. He is saying very clearly it doesn't work that way. One who is attached to the physical body means the grossest part. You will be the grossest. And that mind can identify with the form only. Therefore, what do? Instead of being attached to your form, get attached to another form. Bring God into a form and do everything to that form. That's where that's why we do all the Shodasa Upachara, etc. All that we do to God. Why? Because we are attached to the form. If you are attached to the form, there's nothing wrong in being attached to that. There is nothing, you start like that, but you don't end like that. You start your life by being attached to the form, but you don't end your life being attached. All the time worried about what? All the time worried about food, clothing, and shelter, isn't it? While you are having breakfast, worried about lunch and dinner, isn't it? As you are not even finished the breakfast, worry goes into the lunch and the dinner. And, all that they have to say is what, 3 days it will rain. That's all. You go and buy stock for 3 months and keep, isn't it? Stock for it. And already you have stock for 3 months at home, isn't it? Life is different nowadays. No, it's not like how during Shankaracharya's time or Krishna's time, where everything has to be bought. There was a lifestyle where everything has to be bought every day. Now you don't have to buy everything every day. You can buy and stock it, isn't it? Small refrigerator, medium refrigerator, big refrigerator, double refrigerator. And then what is that room called? That one refrigerator room is there, no? So you can build one room for a refrigerator also and keep all that time walk-in refrigerator, walk-in cupboard, walk-in refrigerator. I don't know. That, it's that the store. It's like ice house. It is. It's like ice house. You walk into that. All that time worried about. All the time worried about what? Procurement of physical things. All that time procurement. Food, clothing, shelter. Now, food, clothing, shelter. After retirement, I don't want to trouble my children, sir. Therefore, trouble them. No, they have troubled you. You trouble them. Where is the problem? Isn't it? No, sir. I don't want to trouble my. I don't want to trouble my children. Therefore, all that time worry. Procuring for today and procuring for tomorrow, procuring after retirement, and then medical bills and whether children are reliable or not. If they are reliable, okay. But what kind of a son-in-law will come, we don't know. What kind of a daughter-in-law will come, we don't know. All that time worried about physical security. That's all that time worried about physical security, pampering the body, everything. Everything circling around the. Now, to that person, what Jnana Yoga that fellow can practice? That's what Krishna is asking. What Jnana Yoga, what Maya you can practice? What Vairagyam that person can? What Nirguno, Nishkriyo, Nityo, and all that will come. Brahman is all pervading. The fellow will think, what am I even under? What is even connection of saying Brahman is all pervading to my current day problems? I am coming here with all my problems, and you say Brahman is all pervading. Brahman is the Sakshi. Brahman is this. Brahman is witnessing. Brahman is. I said all that is okay, sir. But how that Brahman can help my problem? That Brahman will tell you there is no problem at all in the first place. You will go out blank. Yeah. Very good Jnana Yoga class. Very good Jnana Yoga class. But nothing happens. Why? Because it is so easy to talk about the unmanifest, but difficult to attune to the unmanifest. It is easy to talk about it. That's why that's why we say, hey, when yesterday evening in that group, when I was talking, I was telling, say, why there are so many Advaita teachers is because so easy to teach Advaita. So easy to talk Advaita. So easy to talk about it because you don't have to do anything there. All that you have to do is what? Keep repeating it, and transformation will not happen. Why? Because we are attached to the physical body, and all the relationship that you are attached is through the physical body. So not only you are attached to the physical body, all the relationship also that you have is through the physical body. The mother and father is through the physical body. The husband and children is through the physical body. Everything in life is through the physical body alone. So To this person, avyakta hi gatir dukkam. Stronger the bodily attachment, difficult is jnana yoga. Okay. Having said that, what do we do now? What is jnana yoga? What is where he is going to conclude? He's going to come to a very different conclusion. What he called as karma yoga, he mixed it together and called it as bhakti yoga and jnana yoga. So by the time he finished chapter 5, you really didn't know whether he said karma yoga or bhakti yoga or jnana yoga. By the time, because he mixed up everything together and said it is only one. Same thing he's doing here also. There's no karma. Now, what is jnana yoga? The very inquiry itself is worship. Jnana yoga, the very inquiry of jnana yoga is worshipping. What is the very inquiry? The Shravana is the form of inquiry. Manana is the form of inquiry. Nididhyasana is the form of inquiry. Systematic gaining, turning that knowledge into a conviction, blah, blah, blah. All that you do, that itself is a form of, that itself is worship. One kind of worship is what we do in Saguna worship. Saguna worship. What is Saguna worship? In those days, it was literally done. Today, we don't do it literally. That's all. In those days, it was done literally. What is the Saguna worship done literally means? See, today, they do that. They will, when you do the pujas at home, assuming that we are doing Ram Subramaniam, Pandrela, huh? Yeah. பாத்தியம் சமர்ப்பயாமின்னு ஒரு உதரணியில் எடுத்து தீர்த்தம் விடக்கூடாது இல்லையா கால் you have to wash the feet. Where is the feet to wash? Where is the feet to wash? So it has become so arkyam samarpayami, washing the hands. Clear? You have to wash the hands. You have to wash the wash the feet, and then all that is saguna worship. What is nirguna worship? Achakshushrotram apanipadam. No feet, no hands. So no washing hands is possible, no washing legs is possible in Jnana Yoga. Then what do you do? Here? The very worship, the very inquiry itself, you do it as worship. That's why we say it is pujaniya vichara. It's not the ordinary vichara. The ordinary vichara, you just ask questions. You understand and say thank you and give. No, it is the pujaniya vichara, the worshipful inquiry. That very worshipful inquiry is Jnana Yoga, which is what he calls as Jnana Yoga, that he says is very difficult. And Jnana Yoga is Yajna Karma, which he has already said. Ignorance is the ahuti, wisdom is wisdom is kindled. Chapter 4, Yajna. There, Yajna Karma itself is converted into Jnana Yoga. That's why I always say people, Bhagavad Gita full of clarity, sir. Karma, Bhakti, Jnana is said very clearly. I said, very good. Some more janmas it will take to study Bhagavad Gita, because he's putting up everything together and keep liberally changing words. What he will call as Karma Yoga will be Jnana Yoga. What he will call as Jnana Yoga will be Bhakti Yoga. What he is calling as Bhakti Yoga will become Jnana Yoga. Very difficult is this path of Jnanam. Because the Jnana Yoga itself is this Jnana Yoga itself is saying as the final stage of Bhakti Yoga. Because bhakti culminates in jnanam. It means bhakti yoga itself is jnana yoga. Very confusing, sir. This is where difficult. And the Upanishad has told very clearly, Jnana Yoga, it didn't say Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is razor's edge. He said Jnana Yoga is razor's edge. It didn't say Karma Bhakti as razor. He said Jnana Yoga is razor's edge. Why it is razor's edge? How can I study that which is imperceptible, unconceivable? In order to study something, it has to be conceivable. How can you study the unconceivable? How can you worship the imperceptible? The Brahman is not objectifiable. What is the difficulty of Jnana Yoga? Brahman is not objectifiable, meaning it is not available as an object of comprehension, perception. And everything is available to you as comprehension, including your body, mind, intellect. Your body is an object of comprehension. Your mind is an object of comprehension. Your intellect also is an object of comprehension. And everything in this world is available to you as object of comprehension. Then there is something which is not available for comprehension. Following that path is called Jnana Yoga. How is it possible for anybody to even do that? And following that path is called Jnana Yoga. I follow that only, sir. Oh, very good. I have decided to follow Jnana Yoga. Very good. Where we have this? The world is temporary is Pratyaksha Pramanam. There is a Adhishtanam is Shastra Pramanam. That Adhishtanam, trying to understand the Adhishtanam is Jnana Yoga, which is very difficult. Again, I repeat, everything is temporary, changing, fleeting, passing is Pratyaksha Pramanam. And there is that Adhishtanam which is supporting there is an invisible that is supporting the visible is Shastra. That is Jnana Yoga. And we have said it very clearly, and we have seen it any number of times. Pakasya Vahniva Jnanam Vinamoksho na Siddhyati. Atmabodha has said it very, very clearly. What is it? Knowledge is the means for liberation. No, sir. Krishna himself has said in Bhagavad Gita that this Jnana Yoga is not for ordinary people, not the easy. It's a very difficult path. Therefore, there are other easy paths. And what are the other easy paths? Anga plural vandru. There are a lot of easy paths, plural. What are the lot of other easy paths? That's why, sir, simply meditate. Dhyana Yoga. That's all. No Jnana Yoga. Simply do meditation. Try all. Jnana Yoga is difficult. No, Krishna himself has said it. Jnana Yoga is difficult. Leave it. See, if he's saying it is difficult, means prepare and come. That's what it means. Difficult doesn't mean go and try alternative path. Purida, Vijayarangan, logic Purida. Difficult means prepare and come back. Difficult doesn't mean look for alternatives. But the mind will always look for difficult to know. Okay, why waste time in that which is difficult? Why not do something which is easy? And what is easy? Alternative paths. What are the alternative paths? There is Karma Yoga, there is Bhakti Yoga, there is Raja Yoga, there is Hatha Yoga. Nada Yoga, Tyagaraja, sir. Nada Yoga music. Just by music, singing. And then there's Kundalini Yoga. All that you have to do is balance the chakras. Yeah. Srikant. நமக்கு தெரிஞ்ச ஒரே சக்கரம் திவாலி சக்கரம், isn't it? Our only chakra we knows that Diwali chakra. In the Kundalini Yoga there are these chakras, and by these chakras you can alternate methods, as because it is said very clearly what Jnana Yoga is difficult for the majority, therefore follow a simpler yoga. This is called Kutarka type of reading, wrong reading. This is the only path and it is difficult. Get prepared, then come. That's the message. And generally people have concluded, especially in the modern days, generally people have concluded Bhakti Yoga is the easiest way, because in the age of Kali Yuga, sir, Jnana Yoga is easy in Satya Yuga, as though they lived in all the 4 yugas and understood the 4 yugas. They said, in this age of Kali Yuga, Bhakti alone is important, because he has said it very clearly, sir. Very beautiful shloka in Bhagavatam. Na aham vasami vaikunte yogi hridaye navo madbhaktaha yatra gayanti tatra dishtami narada. Where my devotees are singing me, I stand there. Devotees will be sitting and singing. I will stand there. Na aham vasami vaikunte. I don't live in Vaikunta. Na yogi, nor in the hearts of the yogis. These jnana yogis are wretched people. I don't even look at them. Then who do I look then? Then where do I look at? Mat bhaktaha yatra gayanti. Gayanti means singing. Yeah. Apaswarama singing kuda paravalla. Yeah. Even Tapaswaram, no Shruti, no nothing in it. Yeah. சும்மா ஆன்னா இல்லையா கம்ம நினைச்சுக்கிட்டா என்ன பண்றது இல்லையா what to do now. That bhavana only is important, sir. Krishna, God doesn't worry about your musical knowledge and all. Bhavana only he will. Mad bhaktaha yatra gayanti tatra dishtami narada. Even there the person doesn't want to make an effort. With apaswaram only he thinks God will be happy, because bhavana is all that requires is bhava, sir, right? How do you know the bhavana will come? The right bhava will come only when you make that effort. Understand that. Bhavana is the product of hard work. The bhavana is the product of hard work, hard, consistent work. The result is the right bhava. You don't start with right bhava. You end in the right bhava by consistent work. Therefore, people think, Bhakti Yoga is only simple, sir. Why? In Bhakti Yoga, that also, sir, tears should come. Correct. And we are experts in crying anyway. Crying for God is impossible. That crying will not come. Yeah, that crying will not come. Some other, oh, I got insulted, I got cheated, I got this, I got that. Oh, whole day you can sit and cry. One night you can't be awake for the sake of God, but your ego is hurt. You will say, I can't sleep only. I'm till 2-3 o'clock also I'm wide awake, sir. Why? Ego is hurt. One night you say be awake for God, 8:30 only you feel like 8:30 only you feel like sleeping. So all that matters is only right bhavana, no, sir. And as long as I have that right bhava, it's enough. No, no, you are missing the you you are missing the Vedas. You are missing the Vedas. You are missing the knowledge. We don't call it as Vedas. We don't call it as knowledge. We call it as Sampradaya. You are missing the Sampradaya. What is missing the Sampradaya means? Jnana Yoga is the only method for Sampradaya means the traditional teaching, the Vedas. What does traditional teaching means? Vedas is the traditional teaching. And that Vedas says very clearly, Jnanam alone will lead you to moksha. Knowledge alone will lead you to moksha. And what is knowledge here means very clearly. We have said that any number of times. If darkness is the problem, light is the of the very many solutions to remove darkness. Light is one method, sir. Even when we want to bring in light, we want to bring light to take care of the bodily problems. Even light we want to take care of the stress and strain, worry and anxiety. Prosperity will come. Oh, abdiya. I was asking quite a few of these people, the so-called big fellows in terms of wealth accumulation. I said, see, you all got, don't tell me that you got interest in Vedanta because you wanted moksha. You heard that prosperity without stress and strain. Wow, what a beautiful formula you thought. What else is, they said, yes, sir, that's what we thought. And what happened now? Nothing is, prosperity is also gone. Peace is also not coming. Ignorance is the problem and knowledge is the ignorance is the problem and knowledge of the very many solutions to remove darkness. Light is one method. Darkness is the problem side, correct. Of the very many solutions, light is one solution, correct. There are alternative methods also to remove darkness, sir. What are the alternative methods? Do pranayama in darkness. It will go. Stand in Shirasasana, it will go. All that you have to do is what? All that you have to do is what? I don't know. What all you can? Okay, Vishnu Sahasranama, I will chant in. So it will bring in. What is the solution? If darkness, ignorance is the problem, what is the solution? Light becomes the only solution. Light becomes the only solution. That is why these Vedantic people are problematic people, sir. Ramtirtha gives this example. You can't bring a broomstick and sweep away ignorance, he says. The room is darkness, you can't bring a broomstick. And Yogasana is good. Sweeping the floor is wonderful. Yeah, Yogasana is good. Sweeping the floor is wonderful. Pranayama is very good. Meditation is very good because you can fall off to sleep very fast. All that is good. No problem. Darkness will not go. Why? Because the problem of life is samsara. What is the problem that we are trying to deal with here? Samsara is the problem. And for samsara, which is the problem, moksha is the only, for samsara, which is the problem, moksha is the solution. And that can come only through knowledge. Knowledge. So these Vedantic people are so fanatic, sir. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. They go on talking. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Why are you so fanatic about knowledge, knowledge, knowledge all the time? Better to be having this understanding and be fanatic to knowledge rather than being a fool and assuming there are alternative methods. Rather than being a fool to assume there are alternative methods to get rid of darkness, it is better to be convinced that it is only method. And how does knowledge come? Knowledge will come through inquiry and study. How does knowledge come? You wash the feet of the physics teacher, will you get physics knowledge? Yeah, you wash the feet of the mathematics teacher, you will get mathematics knowledge. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't wash the feet also doesn't matter. Inquiry must be done. Tatvitti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. But then what is understood is what? That knowledge is very difficult when it comes to these aspects. What are the aspects? That Shravana, that Manana, that all that is very difficult. Having said all this is difficult, Avyakta Sakta Chetasam. Till now we were discussing how difficult it is. Why he said this Gati is Dukkam? Because for those who are attached to the body, very difficult to follow the path of Nirguna. You can talk about Nirguna, but you can never follow the path of Nirguna. All sadhana is Dvaita. Advaita is the state you attain. There is no practicing Advaita. Remember that always. That's where people misunderstand. Full of dukkam they go into. You can't practice Advaita. All sadhanas comes under Dvaitam only. Even when you are studying about Brahman, it is still Dvaitam only. Why? Because you, the intellect, is talking about Brahman. The two is there already. So just because you are saying I am studying about Advaitam doesn't mean you become Advaitam. So all sadhanas right up to meditation happens in the space of Dvaitam only. Knowledge accepts that. There is no problem. The problem is not in that. The problem is getting this adhika taraha kleshaha. Why the difficulty is more? He's saying more difficulty. It means what? What is he comparing it with? The Saguna also has difficulties. Nirguna is more difficult because he's comparing two. What is he comparing? Saguna and Nirguna. He's saying difficulty is more in Saguna, much more difficult in Nirguna. Why? Because in Saguna, at least once in a while you can say, Mama Saha Kudumbanam Shayama Stairya Virya, you can say sometimes in Saguna. In Nirguna, you are supposed to say, in Nirguna, you are supposed to say Neti, Neti, Neti. Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham, Neti. You are that already. What Jnana Vairagya Siddhi you are talking about? You will not know what to do here. Beyond a point, you will really not know what to do, but very nice to. Therefore, when Deha Abhimana is strong, it is very difficult to focus on the unmanifest. Therefore, what do they do? The unmanifest will be temporarily given a manifested form. That is Saguna Upasana. It is still unmanifest only because the mind is, because Deha Abhimana is there, the attachment to the form is there. Bring the formless into a form temporarily. It's a step. Why? By getting by focusing your thoughts and worshipping that form, you lose your abhimana to other forms. First, you have to lose your abhimana to other forms. What does losing abhimana to other forms means? The name, the fame, the power, the position, the status, all this abhimana must go. For this abhimana attachment, for this attachment to for this attachment to go, for this possessiveness to go, what is needed? You need another form to direct your personality. That form with which you direct your personality is called saguna upasana. That is saguna. That is called saguna. Sarvatra samabuddhaya, sanyendriya gramam, all that is not going to happen because deha abhimana is difficult to give up. Sarvatra samabuddhaya, very good. Circle of identification, very good. Panchamaha yajna, very difficult to do, but very easy to talk about circle of identification. Are able to follow? Why? Because when you are superficially talking about the formless, your mind is getting infatuated to some other form. It doesn't matter what form it is. Again, I repeat. While at the superficial layer, you are talking about as though you are talking about the formless and Brahman and Atman, etc. Because of not preparation done rightly, what happens? You will be still getting attracted to some form. It doesn't matter which form it is. And any form that you get attached to without you being aware of it, will result in agony and misery. That's why that form will cheat you. You get attached to a form unknowingly, that form will cheat you. That form is not cheating you. You are cheated already. You cheat yourself. You go and cheat yourself. That's why he says it is dukkham. It is this gati is dukkham. It is. Why? You will get attached to. That's where you find why all religions at some point in time turns into a cult. Why it turns into a cult? Why it turns into a personality worship? Why it turns into an obsession to a form? They started very well. Everyone starts very good. They start very good. But why does it end up like that? Have you ever thought? Isavasya Upanishad has warned us. Andam tamaha pravishanti. What is this andam tamaha? As you are talking Advaitam, you are getting infatuated with another form. You are getting infatuated too. Therefore, what is the other way around? Get prepared. Get prepared. What is the preparation? What is the preparation? At least that we all understand. Yeah. What is the preparation? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampat. What are sir? Few weeks you didn't say that. Now, that's why you should not allow to talk, sir, for a long period of time. If you are allowed to talk, you will keep coming back. Sadhana Chatushtaya. Sadhana Chatushtayam you should develop. Panchamaha Yajna, you should. These are all the preparation that you need to do to come to what? to come to this avyakta gati, then it will not be dukkam. This avyakta gati you must come, because that avyakta gati is the direct means to akasya vaknivajnanam vina moksho na siddhyati. Sadhana chatushtaya sampat is difficult. Vairagyam is difficult. Dhanam is difficult. Tapas is difficult. Advaitam is nirguna nishkriya is very, very easy. Because you don't have to give up anything, no? Isn't it? You don't need to do dhanam, you don't need to do tapas, you don't need to do anything. Oh, gatir dukkam. Gatihi dukkam. Elsewhere, in the Bhashyam, Shankaracharya gives a beautiful example. Beautiful language, he says, Kakavishta. Detachment, he says, is Kakavishta. Kakana தெரியுமா தமிழ்ல? காகம்னா என்னது தமிழ்ல? Crow. Vishtamna, kaga vishtamna droppings. The crow dropped on your head. Will you say half an hour later I will wipe it? That is detachment, kaka vishtam. As soon as anything materialistic comes on you, you want to wipe it off. That is vairagyam, he says. Bhashya, beautiful explanation he gives in the Bhashyam. Shankaracharya in the Bhashyam, he calls it as kaka vishta. Kaka vishta means when crow drops, will you have a group discussion to decide when to remove it? Now we are having an important board meeting, sir. What is the board meeting for? Kaka Vishtam. When should we remove it? How we should remove it? Will you ever do that? Immediately you will. He says that. And there is the shloka in Aparoksha Anubhuti. Again, he uses the same example. Kaka Vishtam. Aparoksha. Beautiful example. Wow. So, Vairagyam means Kaka Vishtam. How you wipe the crow droppings. That is Vairagyam. With that speed, with that anything that touches you from the materialistic world, instantly you just wipe it off. That requires a lot of training, preparation. For that person who can wipe it off immediately, avyakta gati will not cause dukkam. Otherwise, this avyakta gati will cause dukkam. This avyakta gati will cause dukkam. You don't see it as dirt in the first place. Why you don't see it as dirt? The difficulty is how to make you see dirt as dirt. That's the challenge that these masters, the Shastras are having with us. The trouble they have with us is to make us see dirt as dirt. Deha Abhimana. We don't see it as dirt. Remember that story, Deha Abhimana story? The Guru cursed the Sishya to be the Guru that cursed the Sishya to be a piglet, and then they all remember that story. I'm not going into that story. The story nobody can say I don't know that story. Yeah. That is Deha Abhimana. As soon as he got into that, he said, you don't know. The sewage is Manoharam. No, it is Manoharam, it is. The Manohar பேர் சொல்றதே விட்டுட்டான் அவரை பார்த்ததுல இருந்து. After seeing the wise man with that name Manohar, I stopped using that word. No, what a beautiful word it is. Manoharam means what? தெரியல அவர் இருக்கிறாரா இல்லையா தெரியல கிளாஸ்ல, doesn't matter, even if he is there doesn't matter. மனோகரம்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Yeah, it's so pleasant. Yeah, it's so pleasant, it's so wonderful. That is manoharam. And that deha abhimana, that fellow is saying that sewage is manoharam. Adile enna thoogidaadingo, don't take me out of this sewage, make the sewage comfortable. Yeah, make the sewage comfortable, don't lift me out of it. Don't lift me out of it. Don't lift me out of it. If vairagya is difficult, moksha is impossible. And for vairagyam to happen, dhanam and tapas must be done. There is no other way to develop vairagyam. I can't simply keep studying about vairagyam, and then suddenly one day I have vairagyam. It's like sweeping that room full of ignorance. One day, ignorance will go. Vairagyam to come, dhanam and tapas must be done. Dhanam must be done. Okay. Even though he says Dravya Yajna, Tapo Yajna, Yoga Yajna, Swadhyaya, Jnana Yajna, of all that Swadhyaya is the best, that is Gatir Dukkham. If you start that Gati is Dukkham. Where do you start? Dravya Yajna. Dravya Yajna, Tapo Yajna, Yoga Yajna, Swadhyaya, Jnana Yajna. And then he said, Swadhyaya, Jnana Yajna is the best. That's sir, I want to give discourses. Nobody is ready to, nobody is willing to listen. That's why I put post. Somebody will read, no, sir. That's why I put post. Why? Somebody will read, no. Why do you want to put a post? Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna is that Gati is Dukkham. That Gati is Dukkham. That Gati is Dukkham. Why that Gati is Dukkham? Because as you are talking something which is of the Advaita by nature, deep down you are developing infatuation to forms. Some forms you are developing infatuation to. Kakavishtam. Infatuation, the moment infatuation starts, you should be able to wipe it off. But then we relish the infatuation. We dream about infatuation. We write poetries about infatuation. We go on. I don't know what we glorify it. We make it so meaningful. I don't know what all we do. That's all it is. Very difficult is this gati. Very difficult is this gati. Again, I'm repeating any number of times. Difficulty means prepare and come back. Difficulty doesn't mean try alternative methods. Alternative medicines we can try, no, sir. If allopathy is not working, I'll try Ayurveda. If Ayurveda is not trying, I will work. We can go on trying alternative methods, no. There is only one method, and that one method is dukkham. If you are not prepared, it means what? Go back and prepare, and he's going to help us to prepare. That is verses 6 to 11. Progressive steps. He's going to help us to prepare step by step. He's taking us into the preparation, and then from verse number 12 onwards, 35 qualities of Bhakta is pure Jnana Yoga. He'll come back to that again. It's pure Jnana. That 35, that 35 qualities. 6 and 7 we will read together.
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम् ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्.
But those who worship me, renouncing all actions in me, regarding me as supreme, meditating on me with single-pointed yoga, for those whose minds are set on me, I become erelong, O Partha, the deliverer from the ocean of death-bound samsara, mundane existence. For those who worship me, renouncing all actions in me, regarding me as supreme, meditating on me with single-pointed yoga, for those whose minds are set on me, I become erelong, O Partha, the deliverer from the ocean of death-bound samsara, mundane existence. Progressive steps. Now, what we are going to read is, first he is going to give the combined disciplines. And then he will give the highest discipline. And then he will say, if you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. And then in verse number 11, he will come to the very elementary step. So, from the highest, he is coming down. In practice, what you should do, 11 learn, you have to go up again. You follow? From the highest, he is coming down, and in verse number 11, he is going to talk about the very primary step. Now, in practice, what you need to do, start from 11 onwards and then come. That's how you should understand this. Now, why is he talking about the highest first? Why he could not have said the 11 first, and then he could have spoken the 11th first, and then he could have gone to the highest later? No. Why? That's the style of the Shastras. That's how they teach. Why they teach like that, God only knows. But that's how they teach. And we understand that, accept that. Logical teaching should be from kindergarten to PhD. You don't say from PhD to kindergarten. So actually, he's not saying from PhD fall to kindergarten. He's saying, I'm giving you the entire sequence. Wherever you fit in, start from there. I am giving you the entire sequence. I am not telling you, you belong to this. I'm not telling you belong to this. I'm not saying you, I'm giving you the entire sequence. Upon proper study, reflection, and understanding, and doing tapas and all that, you will know where you will fit in, and then you should start from. Then you should start from there. Then you should start from With this understanding, when we conclude verse number 11, whenever we conclude verse number 11, we don't know when we will come there. Whenever we come there, we will trace it. We will trace it backwards and forwards. We will trace when we come there, we will trace it backwards and forwards. Now we will follow the sequence of the verses. We are not going the ulta way. We are going the sequential way in which the verses are presented to us. First, but those who worship me, renouncing all actions in me, regarding me as supreme, meditating on me with single-pointed devotion, but who's this but means? Who is he? Who's this but now? He has already said Gatir Dukkam. Correct? Carefully follow now. These are all important clue. First he said Gatir Dukkam. Gatir Dukkam means Nirguna compared to Saguna. Now he is bringing in but. Who's this but now? Invariably, when we read, we will forget this word but. Straight away we'll read. Those who worship me, renouncing all actions in me, regarding me as a supreme, all that will come. What is this but now? In the Saguna, first we said Nirguna and Saguna. And then he said that Nirguna is difficult, Saguna is comparatively easier because of the Deha Abhimana. Up to now, the sequence is clear. We didn't have a problem. Now he is introducing but. Now, what is that reference of to here? What is his reference of? Who is he referring to as here? In the Saguna itself, he is grading. Ekarupa, Anekarupa, Vishwarupa. In that Saguna itself, there are gradations. Now, there are gradations in the Saguna, and all put together in one word is called Saguna. Distinct and different from that group is Nirguna. Just as there are grades in Saguna, is there grades in Nirguna? Angalam gradation hai. There's no gradations in Nirguna. Because in Nirguna, you are only doing Nididhyasana. There's no gradations in Nididhyasanam. Ekarupa Nididhyasanam, Arupa Nididhyasanam, Vishwarupa Nididhyasanam, and all doesn't happen there. So, but here refers to whom? There are three categories. Almost like three categories. What are the three categories? One is the Saguna Ekarupa. All comes under one group. All that comes under one group. Another group, those who renouncing all actions in me, Nishkama Karma people here. Nishkama Karma, those renouncing all actions in me. Regarding me as the supreme goal. Instead of regarding wealth and family as a supreme goal, regard me as the supreme goal. So, one set of people is regarding something else as a supreme goal. Are you able to follow? One set of people is regarding something else as supreme goal. What are they regarding as supreme goal? wealth and family. So whatever happens, all the time we work only for the family's sake, no, sir. All the hard work is only for them, no. For it means that is the supreme. No. Regarding me as the supreme, those who worship me, renouncing all actions in me, regarding me as the supreme, இதெல்லாம் ஒரு வார்த்தையும் ஒரு category. Each and every one is one category. Meditating mam dhyayanta upasate. Meditating on me with single pointed devotion. And then he continuing into the seventh verse. For those whose minds, plural, whose mind is set on me, whose minds are set on me, plural. That's why we are giving all this interpretation. For those whose mind is set on me, it's very clear. There is, he's talking about one particular person and it's done with. But then he's saying, but for those whose minds are set on me, Nachirat, very soon. Nachirat, very soon. Seekram Gurtruva. What? Deliverer from the Mrityu Samsara Sagara. Mrityu Samsara Sagara. This Mrityu Samsara Sagara and all, you don't have to speak to the Avyakta Hi Gadir Dukam. Whoever has matured into that Avyakta Gati, you don't have to talk these things. Because that person has done all this and has come to that level of saying, I am Atma, Brahma. He's trying to saying the pot space is total space. Pot space is total space level of Nididhyasanam he has reached. That person has arrived. Now, what is the discussion here? Of those whose minds are set on me, I deliver them I give freedom to them very fast. What is that freedom I give very fast? The preparatory practices always take long. The actual thing happens fast. That's what he said. It is always the preparation. The preparation takes lot of time. And the actual, like they say, 3 hours is surgery, sir. No. Surgery is only for 10 minutes. Correct? Surgery is only a 10-minute surgery. But that preparation is that. So in anything, Nachirat means the actual transformation takes very fast. What is an actual transformation, Nachirat? Example, needle piercing the rose petal. Needle piercing the rose petal. How much time it will take? And what damage does it do? It doesn't take time, nor does it do damage. It just Mrityu Samsara Sagara. Sagara means it is deep, it is vast, waves, whirlpools, sharks. That is Sagara. Sagara na lake கிடையாது. Yeah, it's not a lake, it's not a swimming pool. Yeah, Sagara means what? Number one, it is deep. Number two, it is vast. Number three, waves. whirlpools, sharks. How can a person swim and cross over an ocean? It is impossible. This samsara is equated to sagara. Now, what is samsara? It is very deep. All the attributes of sagara, the ocean, is equated to samsara. Samsara is full of waves, now fluctuations, whirlpools, just pulls you down, sharks. Yeah. Anything and everything can eat you up. Anything and everything can just eat, can swallow you. It's vast and deep. All the attributes of sagara is the attributes of samsara. That's why it is always as a samsara sagaram. Samsara sagaram. Yeah. Because it is full of this, full of dukkham it is. It is full of dukkam. So the samsara sagara is full of dukkham, governed by whom? Mrityu. Mrityu means death, mortality. Mrityu means, so mrityu, sagara, mrityu and sagara is samsara. So if at all you want to understand samsara, how you should understand it as mrityu sagara. It's a very beautiful definition that is given to, samsara. It is mrityu sagara. Mrityu sagara means
ocean of death.
Everything in it can cause you death. The depth can cause you death. The vastness can cause, you can die by, the depth can cause you death. The vastness can cause you death. The shark can cause you death. The waves can cause you death. The whirlpools can cause you death. So everything in that will cause you death. And this ocean cannot be crossed independently without help. Without help. What is that help? What is that help? The Shastra. Shastra is the help. The teaching is the help. Teaching means not by, we have seen it any number of times. Shastras mean not the words of the Shastras. Shastric words taken as command and followed. Again I repeat. Shastra words must be taken as command and followed. The Guru's words is taken as command and followed. Whenever it is taken as command and followed, Nachirat, I will lift you. I will lift you. Mundokopanishad says it very beautifully. Yeah. Plavahete adrida yajna rupaha. All this is frail rafts. And using the frail raft, you are trying to cause the sagara. How is it possible? It is not possible. What is not possible? Crossing it all by yourself. Therefore, he says, you do the preparation, I will lift you up. You do the preparation, I will lift you up. So you do your role, I do my role. I am doing the preparation, sir, but God is not lifting me up. Impossible it is. God is saying, I am ready to lift you, but if you are not prepared, I can't do anything. Remember Swamiji's example? At least you should have bought the lottery ticket. No, he said. Remember that example? Yeah, at least you should have bought the lottery ticket. No. Swami, through that example is the fellow goes and prays to God. No, I know how much I wanted money, how much I prayed to you, how much I prayed to you. You are not even giving me winning. He said, God told him finally, see, I'm ready to help you, but you don't have a lottery ticket. I can't put the lottery ticket in your pocket. You buy the lottery ticket, I will ensure that you will win the jackpot. But lottery ticket you must buy. That is your contribution. அதுவும் நீங்களே பண்ணிட்டா நல்லா இருக்கும்ல சார். அதுவும் that also if you do, that's what God is supposed to do, no sir. That's where the preparatory disciplines is talking about. So those preparatory disciplines are that you buying the lottery ticket is the preparatory disciplines. He will ensure that you hit the jackpot. This is the Mrityu Samsara Sagara. And what are those preparatory disciplines? We'll continue next week.